look at this shit. Testing positive for pregnancy is an interesting way to say being raped and impregnated by ICE agents. Breaking. Due to many underage girls testing positive for pregnancy at multiple ICE detention facilities, ICE plans to relocate all underage female detainees to an undisclosed island for safeguarding. What the fuck do you mean there are little girls getting pregnant all of a sudden and testing positive? Girl, what? And you're gonna put them on an island? An undisclosed island like the Epstein Island? For what? For these girls to give birth to these babies? And for you guys to do what with these babies? Girl. Shit ain't right. Somebody ain't sitting right. Girl, this shit needs to be exposed. If y'all could spread the word on this shit, because this shit is crazy. Stay tuned, y'all. Girl, look at this
Shalom.
shit.
First thing and foremost, we think about praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule and teach well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, those in his gospel bride, living up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. It's the priest, Mahaloya, coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will you edify. Titled, Women of Israel will be ravished in these concentration camps. There's been allegations against ICE, even going back into when they did their little takeover out in Minnesota, how they was raping the women, how they was doing certain things to the women and grabbing them up against their will to allegedly deport them out of the country. But we know through the Spirit that E.S.A.E. Edom was taken. And a lot of those so-called ICE agents wasn't even real ICE agents. A lot of them were bounty hunters, and a lot of them were just Edomites that just hated you Negroes, man, Latinos and Native Americans. But a lot of these women was allegedly getting SA, which stands for assaulted actually assaulted. And we have to be careful with certain words we use because, of course, the algorithms and you know how that go. But see, this is judgment, man, because see, these troops, these FEMA troops, these so-called paramilitary troops, or these martial law troops, whatever you want to call them. What's up, bro? These troops, man, they ain't gonna play fair with you jakes, man, especially with you women out there that seem to like to show your cleavage online and do all this twerking. Hey, they got us go pay on every last one of you. This is why we tell you that you're gonna need a man in the coming time, because this shit is getting ready to collapse, bro. I've been watching videos pretty much throughout the day about how this sector of Iran, since those gas fields were bombed and the oil production has been halted in certain instances, that things in the West are gonna go up. Cost of living is getting ready to go up. Food prices, food shortages, things are getting ready to happen, man. All right, we're in a time of Jacob's trouble, and I don't think you jakes understand the gravity of what the hell is getting ready to happen out here. Okay, we're literally in the calm before the storm, and I won't even say the calm because technically all hell is breaking loose. Okay, you got civil unrest erupted in all parts of the world. All right, and just because America's still fast at rest doesn't mean that the world is not in chaos, man. But when chaos hits here, oh, it's gonna be a whole different. It's gonna be a ballpark, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a thing to see. But this is from Meredith. I'm assuming she's some type of I don't know who she is, but it says testing positive for pregnancy is an interesting way to say being raped, impregnated by ICE agents. Yeah, and guess what? These are Latin women, Jake women, and this happened in the ancient world, man. You know, in the Book of Lamentations, it say that the enemy raped the women. Same thing. It says that Israel should be as a pottage of cucumbers, roughly paraphrasing, and we'll get that precept. But see, you don't understand the type of evil that this devil is getting ready to release on you tribes, man. Especially our women, man. And you women, you have been caught out there with your pants down because you've played into that narrative. I don't need a man. My body, my choice. I got a career. Y'all can't do this shit by yourself, man. And the Heavenly Father's getting ready to show you that because they're grabbing up. Hey, you heard what they said? They're moving underage girls to different islands so they can have these babies and they gonna grape them. So just imagine how many of these people they done grabbed up and thrown in a black van and took into the concentration camps and getting raped left and right by these damn troops, man. See, CNN ain't gonna tell you that, you know? They're not gonna tell you all that. But we here to tell you, look, this is exactly what's going on, man. All right, hell, even with the UN troops, they got over 30,000 cases of rape allegations against them. Think that's a coincidence? No. Same thing in the U.S. military. When they go over there to foreign lands and what the hell you think they was doing over there in Iraq? They was raping the shit out them Iraqi women, man. Put a gun up to their head and take them into like a hut somewhere and have their way with them. Now these little girls are getting impregnated by ICE agents, man. They going into these girls, man. And you ain't seen nothing yet, because when the power gets cut off and the system crashes and all hell break loose and they start dispatching these FEMA troops into these different provinces, these different neighborhoods, these different cities. Hey, it's gonna be like it's gonna be a real freaking nightmare. All right, it says breaking: due to many underage girls testing positive for pregnancy at multiple ICE detention facilities, ICE plans to relocate all underage female detainees to an undisclosed island for safeguarding. You know what safeguard mean? It mean that they getting ready to continue to have their way. Okay, so they may have the babies or they may forcibly abort them, and they're going to continue to grape them. And you would think that Trump, so-called being a patriot, will put an end to this, but he's a fucking PDF file himself. And he's condoning this, but yet he's talking about, oh, we got to be law-abiding citizens and all this other shit. But yet your Gestapo thugs is graping our women, man, and having fun while doing that shit too. All the pride is getting ready to cease, man. You know, like I'm at work right now. These proud ass women that work up here, all this pride shit getting ready to be shut the hell down, man. All right, pride ain't gonna be a thing. The Most High is gonna humble this place overnight, especially you damn females. Okay, so let's get a couple of precepts real quick. This is the book of Isaiah 1, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses 7, and it says, "Your country is desolate, and your cities are burnt with fire. Your land, strangers devoured in your presence." Yeah, because who's in the land of Israel now? Amalek. All right, and it says, "And it is desolate and overthrown by strangers," which proves we're not on our land. "As the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city." Yeah, and cucumbers is another way of saying the multiple rods, man. All right, it says a cottage as in a vineyard, man, and a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, man, in a besieged city. Because what happens when you besiege a city? That means that lawlessness abounds, right? So let's look up the word besiege. Come on, man. Besieged. Oops. Besiege means being surrounded by armed forces, typically to compel surrender, or being overwhelmed by a large crowd, request, or problems. It describes a state of being trapped, harassed. SA is a big form of harassment, or under intense pressure from all sides, commonly used in military contexts. A besieged city, or metaphorically besieged questions, all right? Military/lateral. The enemy army besieged the castle for weeks, cutting off all supplies. Okay? And that's what they're going to do. Yahweh Shah said it during the time of the Romans. He said that they was going to circle a trench around you, and they was going to lay you and your kids to the ground, and they was going to unalive you, man. Because I don't know if brothers remember that movie, The First Purge, but when they went into Staten Island projects, remember those troops, they was going door to door, kicking in doors, and they was gunning everybody down, women and kids, man. Even though they didn't show the kids, but you have to put yourself in a real life scenario. There's more kids here than any goddamn thing, because the average person have 2 or more kids, you know? So the kids outnumber the adult by 10, you know? And that's usually how it is, and that's how population grows, you know? But they were unaliving men, women, and children, door to door, and dude said it. He said, kill everybody on this floor. So what you think gonna happen when Esau decides to go to the ghetto, or decides to go to the hood, or to the projects, and to the inner cities, and starts to cut off your supplies, cut off your welfare systems? What you think he's gonna do, man? Okay, he's gonna have his way with you people. He's gonna have his way with the men too, because hey, them FEMA troops, they get up on men too. Especially you YNs out there, you niggas that like to sag your pants, and you flamboyant jakes, man. You real emotional, effeminate jakes. Hey, they gonna have their way with you too, man. Okay, because one thing I will tell you the truth, Esau, from the research and from what we've been teaching, we've come to realize that Esau, he enjoys little boys more than girls. Okay, Esau enjoys little boys, more so. So don't think he ain't raping boys too. He loves little boys. Because that's the type of sick, twisted mind this devil got, man. And you Jakes are getting ready to find out the hard way. And it says, and the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage and a vineyard, as a lodge and a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city. And it says, except Yahweh of hosts have left unto us a very small remnant. We should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like Gomorrah, meaning because the Lord destroyed that place. So if the Most High didn't save a remnant, we've all been done away with. But for the elect's sake, the Lord has left a remnant of believers. You know? Next precept. The book of Lamentations 5. And I'm going to start at verses 5. It says, those who pursue us at our heels, we are exhausted, but are given no rest. We submitted to Egypt and Assyria to get enough food to survive, and our ancestors sinned, but they have died, and we are suffering the punishment they deserve. Yeah, because, we're paying for the sins of our forefathers, man. All right, because we are our fathers coming back. It reads, it says, for we hunt for food. Matter of fact, it says, slaves have now become our masters. Esau, right? And there is no one left to rescue us. We hunt for food at the risk of our lives, for violence rules the countryside, because this place is going to descend. It's going to get real dangerous out here, man, to the point you ain't going to be able to step outside without seeing some type of horrific event. Okay, you think Babylon is dangerous and on edge now? Wait till the system falls, man. It's going to get extremely dangerous out here to the point you ain't going to be able to walk the streets at a certain time of night. So if you out there on the prowl for food, and come sunset, hey, you better be your ass hiding up somewhere. You better be out of sight, out of mind, man. Because at night, that's when you're going to have mobs out here. Okay, you're going to have mobs, gangs, marauders, okay, troops. Everybody seeking to get their own luck in their game. They're going to go in and kick in doors, and they're going to take what they want, man. And if it means taking you, they're going to take you too. That's how serious it's finna get out here. It ain't going to be no, oh, yeah, we finna go to the club, or yeah, we finna go down the street to Burger King and get the new big or whatever, get the new the biggest the McDouble, whatever the hell they sell there, man. They ain't gonna be like that. Okay, you get caught out at a certain time, and if a FEMA troop catch you, then they gonna take your head off. And you women, hey, they just gonna have fun with you, kicking in doors, and they gonna have their way with you. And like my man D-Mass said, they gonna fill you up. They gonna fill you. They gonna fill your insides, man. All that. You know how like when you're dealing with a woman and, you can tell she's probably been celibate or haven't had none in maybe a month or two, you can feel the back of that thing. Hey, they gonna rip that open. And brothers know what I'm talking about when you're dealing with a chick that ain't got too much experience. You can actually feel the back of it, which is, how it should be technically. But you women, you getting ready to be filled up with a lot of uncertainty, man. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. And it reads, it says here, for we hunt for food, and the risk of our lives for violence rules the countryside. The famine has blackened our skin as though baked in an oven, and our enemies grape the women in Jerusalem and the young girls in all the towns of Judah. All right, so there you go. So Esau's going to go through the hoods, and he's going to be grabbing up you females out there, you YHs and YBs, which we know what that stands for, and they going to have their way with you. You twerk queens out there, hey, they going to get them as young as 10, 11. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a damn. You out there with a bonnet on, hey, they gonna get you. You out there with your ass out, with your titties showing, you twerking, hey, they gonna get you, man. Like I was talking to my division manager today, and there was a Cardi B concert this week out here in KC, and he was talking to an Uber driver, and she was telling him how it was so many fine women there, like to the point she would even get on. She said it was so many fine women there, but they had no man with them. So what that tell you right there, these women are not going to have men to protect them. As fine and fair as these women can be, their attitudes stink. It could be 200 women in there and 50 dudes. Enough women for every man in there, but these bitches was only, they would try to get with 10 of the men because they're the tallest. Instead of just getting a man to be secure, they want the best man. It's crazy work, bro. But it says here, our enemies grape the women in Jerusalem. All right, bro. You out for the day? Yeah. All right, enjoy your weekend, man. And it says, and the young girls in the towns of Judah, and our princes are being hanged by their thumbs, and our elders are treated with contempt, and the young men are led to away to work at millstones, man, putting you in slavery, putting you in concentration camps, and the boys staggered under heavy loads of wood. So there you go. But it says the women raped in Judah, and you black women, you getting ready to find out that the Lord really is had it with you in your wickedness, man. All right, but he said there was so many fine women at this Cardi B concert, and they were all single with no men there, which I don't really see men showing up to a Cardi B concert, but usually men that go with their chicks. It'd be some dudes there because, you know, it'd be niggas that go because the women are there, but ain't no man show up because, hey, don't nobody want to deal with these women, man. They got attitude problems. As fine as they were, I guarantee you they always acting stuck up in Sadiddy, not even having a sure home to go to or even a adequate supply of food. But yet they still have the audacity to be proud. So this why, hey, they gonna burn, man. And we gonna let it happen. Hey, I'm not stopping no FEMA truth from getting off Keisha. He can have her, man. You know why? Because Keisha totally defied the Israelite man to his face. Told her she didn't need us. Acted like she was better. You know, she didn't fed Jake to this system. So we not dealing with that, man. They can have you, black. They can have you. Because that's the judgment of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, but this is the book of Zechariah 14:1. It says, watch for the day of the Lord is coming when your possessions will be plundered right in front of you. Yeah, your homes, your jobs, your goods, your vehicles, you know, your all your substance, that's going to get taken right in front of you. They're going to take that and they're going to take you. And it says, and I will gather the nations to fight against Jerusalem. The city should be taken, the houses looted, the women raped. Half the population will be taken into captivity, them concentration camps, and the rest will be left among the ruins in a city because the cities are going to be totally broken down without inhabitant, man. It's going to be a lot of dead bodies out here. It's going to be like the Walking Dead, man, literally. And we coming upon that time quick because the way shit is going out there in the East, in the Middle East, yeah, people getting ready to feel it over here. How you doing? Hey. Pretty good. How you doing? All right. You finna go in there right quick? Or you finna sit out here for a minute? Huh? Yeah, I have, man. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Oh shit, what time is it? 2:18. And you know they on our people time, so yeah. All right. You new? Yeah, okay. I finna say I ain't never really seen you around before. Yeah.
I started about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks? Yeah.
Sorry, no, 3 weeks ago, but I was in a car accident, so I was out for a week.
Oh.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
You sure? You ain't hit nobody, did you?
No.
Alright, that's good.
They rear-ended me.
Oh.
So I'm, exactly.
Yeah, you gotta
Get that back.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. Anyway, yeah, I was gonna tell her to open the door for me because I wanted to go back in after I finished this lesson, but whatever. 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at verses and I'm gonna end it here. 32, and it says, and the earth should be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and our ways and all thy paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man should travel there through. Yep. And the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, and the women shall mourn, having no husbands, and their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. And in the war should their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So, yeah, these women getting ready to be spoiled brothers. But anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bashim, Hawashai, Lord's will, you're edified to the next lesson. Shalom.